Hello, everyone. So today it's my pleasure to welcome Narelle from Wellbeing at Work. I'm looking forward to speaking to you about your business and what positive impacts that can bring into the workplace. So, hello, Narelle. Would you like to go through what you do in your business and what your company does and how they help the workplace at all?
Yes. So I'm Narelle Summers, emotional wellbeing coach and speaker. And I just want to say thank you very much for inviting me to do this at Facebook Live. You know, my purpose in life is to give people a better quality of life. And this, the things that we're going to talk about today will have an impact in your workplace, but it will also have an impact in your personal life as well. So, how I started this basically is that I wanted to change my life. I was unhappy. I was miserable. I spent a lot of time in tears. I spent quite a lot of my time temping in offices and having office jobs. And I was heavily overweight. And so I wanted a better quality of life for me. So I went on to courses, NLP, which is Neuro Linguistic Programming. Basically, what you think about is how you feel, and that has a knock on effect with your actions. I also went into Havening, which is a psychosensory therapy that uses touch and visualization to remove negative feelings attached to negative memories. I also do goal mapping as well, which is a unique technique that uses words and pictures to get you ultra focused on your goals. Now, I now have lost all my weight and I've maintained it for 8 years of my life, which is never happened in my adult life. My life now, I have a good quality life. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to share that with other people. So I started doing these techniques on my family and friends, and then it grew and grew and grew. Now, because I become, you know, I'm so grateful to be in this position right now to pass on all the information that I have learned onto people to have a better quality of life. Now, I know stress is on the increase in the workplace. It's absolutely rocketing out of control. Now, a lot of organizations are focusing on the bottom line. Change your focus. Focus on the staff. It's really important to focus on them and invest money. Because when you invest money into your staff, guess what? That really does have a knock-on effect on your bottom line. It will be a positive effect on your bottom line. People are going off stressed now, leaving people in the workplace to take on that workload and causing more stress for the people who are left there. People, before the pandemic, people said, oh, companies were like, no, we don't want staff to work at home because they won't do their job properly. That's completely changed. People who are hybrid, who work half in the office, half at work, it has now been proven when people work at home, they work more hours because they don't have to commute. They continue working into the evenings. They actually do more work. And again, that is probably causing more stress. Now, I want to help people with that stress. It's important for people to look after their own well-being, and it's important for organizations and managers to look after their staff. It's a combination. If you all work together, those organizations who are worried about their bottom line, when you invest in your staff, that bottom line will be a positive figure. And that's what I'm about.
Love that. It's so true since the pandemic and work-life balance, and there's more and more cases around stress in the workplace, being overworked, doing
Mm,
more than their job descriptions, for example.
yeah.
And it's finding that balance. And if employers are not investing into their staff and managing people in the right way, you're not going to gain that respect from employees and the culture. It's going to have a major impact on everything. Um, I'm excited to hear more. So, Narelle, with regards to obviously talking about the stress and well-being in the workplace, do you have any well-being tips that can be used in the workplace at all?
Yes. So, I mean, I have a keynote which is called "Be Kind to Your Mind," and I share about 9 different little techniques that you can use in the workplace. Simple things. Honestly, they are very, very simple, but it's about making it a routine,
Hmm.
making it habit. So it's very easy for people in the workplace to say, oh, I'll just finish this
Okay.
presentation before I go for a break. Or, oh, do you know what? I don't need a coffee break, or I don't need my lunch break. I'm just going to work through. No, stop. Whatever you're doing, get yourself into a routine. Even if your coffee break is only 5 or 10 minutes, your lunch break is only 15 or half an hour. It is important for you to have a break.
Hmm.
When
Great.
you have a break, your cortisol levels, which is your stress hormones, will start to come down. You will start to feel energized. Your focus will start to, improve. So it's really important when your inner chatter comes online and say, oh, yeah, but, I just want to finish this email. I just want to finish this presentation. I just want to finish this document. Say to yourself, I just need a break. I just want a break. Take yourself away from your laptop. Be mindful,
Hmm.
sit down, have yourself a cuppa, smell the aroma, have a look at the colour of your drink. Enjoy your drink at a sip at a time. Don't be rushing to the kettle, putting it on, rushing back, and then gulping your coffee or your tea down whilst you're then continuing doing your email.
Yeah.
No, stop. Mindfulness eating. How many times have people, and I used to be guilty at this, eating your lunch at your computer? I've even eaten my lunch at the steering wheel in between meetings. I haven't had time. I've gone to a drive-through and I've eaten at my steering wheel. And I know people do that. I see
True.
it now.
Hmm.
Stop. You need some time out. Mindfulness eating. Enjoy your food. Again, smell the food. Taste the different flavors. A mouthful at a time. No stuffing food in your mouth. Be present, because when you're in the present moment, again, your cortisol levels will come down. You will start to feel relaxed and calm, re-energizing yourself. If you have an opportunity, go for a walk, not on your phone. Go for a walk, enjoy the surroundings, have a look at the buildings, have a look at the plants outside. It's important to be in that present moment. It's important to calm yourself down. Because when you're in that stress mode, You will only see problems. You'll never see the solutions. You'll never see opportunities. You are blind to that. Take some time out for you. It's really, really important, because at the end of the day, it is your responsibility. I know that managers and organizations will do things for your well-being, but it's you that's got to implement that. You're with yourself 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You're in that head. You're in that body. You know. So take care of yourself. And people say, oh, it's selfish if you're number one, if you're only thinking about yourself. Now, we've all been on aeroplanes. Now, when the air stewardess says, in case of an emergency, those oxygen masks are going to fall down, who do they say those masks need to go on first? Is it your partner? Is it your colleague? Is it your children? Is it your elderly relatives? No, it's yourself. And that's what it's like in real life. You need to look after yourself before you can look after anybody else. Now, you know your own mind when you need those breaks. You need to, listen to your mind and listen to your body, because they talk to you. And as I said before, it's about getting yourself into a routine, into a habit. Mid-morning break, lunch break, mid-morning, afternoon, not mid-morning, afternoon break, mid-afternoon break. It's important to look after yourself.
I totally agree with that one. That is a very good top tip. I am one of them. I'm ADHD constantly. I have multiple projects all the time. Never take a break. Always eat my lunch at my desk. And the last 2 to 3 years, I've been working on my mindfulness and take a break. I have to take it away from the computer. You're constantly staring at it, and breathe that fresh air, get the smell of fresh grass around you, make sure you free your mind. You are so much more productive because you can't see those mistakes when you're working continuously. And all those little errors just can make it not look professional at the same time. So it's really important that you do put yourself first. And I'm going through my own self-discovery with that at the moment, because I'm always about well-being people, put other people first. And I like that scenario there with the oxygen mask on the plane. Would never have thought of that before. And they always do say you first before children, before anyone. So I'm going to take that top tip straight away and keep that in my mindset for sure. Okay, thank you for that, Narelle. How can you help a positive impact on the health and well-being of the staff? Do you have like training programs, etc.? Tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so as I said before, I do have a keynote, which is called Be Kind to Your Mind, where I share about maybe 8 or 9 different techniques, depending on the time slot that the company gives me. And that's, as I said, it's just really simple things that people can put into place. Because another thing that I do, and I do this on a regular basis, is gratitude. Because when you think of gratitude, it brings up those positive and happy chemicals within inside your body. It's impossible for you to think negatively. So one of the things that I talk about in my keynote is gratitude. And I know that there's organizations that I've spoken to that have actually generated their own gratitude wall.
Love
and
that.
put little post-it notes and notes out. So, for example, I feel really grateful that Susan came and asked me if there was anything that I needed. Could she help? She'd got some free time. And, was there any filing or any documents that she could type up for me? So I put that on the board. I want to say thank you very much for Susan coming and asking me. or, Giles thanking me because I helped him with his presentation. He needed some photographs. I'd got them on my computer. I emailed them across to him. And, I just want to say thank you very much to Giles for sending those photographs. So gratitude is so important. So that's, and as I said, those 8 or 9 little different techniques that I share, you can implement them in your workplace, but then implement them in your home life.
Mm-hmm.
I offer one-to-one techniques. All these techniques that I do right now is via Zoom because that's the easiest way. But I am happy to come into workplaces and do them one-to-one in meeting rooms. One of the techniques that I use is called havening. As I said, is a psychosensory therapy that uses touch and visualization to remove negative feelings attached to negative memories. Now, as we know, as we said before, that stress is on the increase. That causes anxiety. It causes people to feel overwhelmed. A lot of the times, though, these programs, these feelings that we have right now, sometimes are generated from past experiences. And for me, it's about getting to the root of the problem, dealing with that, and then dealing with the problems that are in the present moment. Havening is very, very quick. People will only need a couple of sessions. I always give them tips and techniques on how to implement the havening later on in their life, because, as you know, we don't lead perfect lives. Things are going to happen to us on a daily basis. It's about living. And if people say to me, I have a perfect life, nothing negative happens to me, then you're dead, basically. Because, we have a life and we have to live it. And emails come, phone calls come, things happen in our lives. So havening is a really good tool to take into the future. So what I do with people is I do have a look at what's happened in their past, bring them into their present moment, and take them into their future. Now, the future is where the goals are. And that's when goal mapping comes into play, because it is important for staff members, for organizations to look at their goals, look at the business goals, look at the organizational goals, and look at the personal goals. Okay. So as I said, this is an online program that uses words and pictures to make your focus ultra focused for using those techniques and getting those goals. So yeah, online. So goal mapping is online, but I can come in organizations and do it via laptops because it's all on computer. I want people to have a better quality of life at work and at home. So I will come in, I will do my keynote, and then I will work with individuals. As I said, it's all on Zoom. It can be, during working hours. It also can be outside working hours. I work in an evening and I work at weekends as well. Because for me, it isn't work. I love what I do. I've changed my life and I know how good it feels. And I want you to feel the way I feel. So I'm happy to work with organizations around people's time slots because it's important, and it's important for them to do it. And, as I said, it's on Zoom. And I was quite lucky before the pandemic. I used to do half and half. I used to do half face-to-face and half on Skype. I mean, I don't know what happened to Skype. It's just disappeared. So what I want to say to staff members, to managers, to organizations, I'm very flexible because I want people to have the best quality of life. So I want to work with you and I want to be flexible with the times and with the employees. And that's me.
Perfect. Love that. I love that. Well, I think that's kind of I had around 4 questions, but I think we've kind of delved into that a little bit more, which is great. And it's kind of answered those questions that I did have, which is which is
Okay.
good.
Yeah, I do like to talk and I do like to explain things because I'm
I
very
lo
passionate about what I
I
do.
love I can see your passion and I love that. And hearing your journey and your story is just amazing. It's very, very inspiring, and you have a lot of positive energy, Narelle, and it's I can feel that, and I felt cold when I heard your story, so it was lovely to hear. And congratulations on finding yourself and your journey. And I can kind of connect with that because I've been on my own journey for the last 3 years, and I've lost 4 stone myself. And I've
Well
changed
done.
my patterns and my mindset on
Yes,
things, and I journal and I use gratitude and meditation for mornings and night,
yes.
etc. And it's a real thing that I'm passionate about because I never put myself first, and I'm going through that journey. And I think it's really important. I probably should be in contact with you to take it to that next step because that growth mapping sounds really interesting. Um, but do you have anything else you want to cover off before we leave today at all?
Yes. I mean, the thing that I want to share is I think a lot of people come in maybe into the workplace, they talk about mindfulness or they talk about one certain topic. The reason why I have like 8 or 9 different techniques in my keynote, and I use different techniques, NLP, havening, and goal mapping, is because one technique won't suit everybody.
Everyone. Hmm.
And it's important to do what is right for you. You know, people are always very curious about what I do personally, and I'm happy to share it. I want people to go on their own journey. It has to feel right for you. It's got to feel right for your organization. I also have a radio program on Smile Radio as well. And the aim for that is to share as much information as possible. If I see anything on the internet, if I go to a workshop myself or an event, I want to share it because I know it's important that you need to get into your own routine and get into your own habits. It's got to work for you. What's right for you may not be right for your colleague. It may not be right for your partner. So it's important that you work on yourself and you get the techniques that
Hmm.
you want what work for you. And also, you might have a go at a technique for a couple of weeks or a month and think, no, that's not working. And then have a go at another technique. And there's lots of things out there. All I want to do is share as much information as possible, as much tips and techniques as possible for you to go away and implement them. Have a go, work on them yourself.
Yeah.
And that's what I want to share with you and leave with you. It's important that you do what's right for you.
It really is. And breaking a habit is hard, but the more you repeat the
Yes.
change, the more it naturally happen, won't it? I mean,
Yes.
I've been on that discovery myself. I used to be quite a drinker at a weekend because I was in such a high pressured role, and I used to use
Yeah.
alcohol for stress relief. Don't really drink anymore. I go to the gym. I lost 4 stone. It's breaking those patterns and giving you that self-love and changing that habit. And it is hard, but you can do it. And yeah, it's inspirational if yeah, when people work on themselves and invest in themselves. But yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's really interesting. And I think, yeah, if we can do that in the workplace, people will be a lot happier and they'll be a lot happier in themselves. I think it's really
And
crucial.
also, I think in the workplace as well, it's about checking in with people
Agreed.
and also getting talking
Yeah,
about the different techniques that you're using. And it is
agreed.
about sharing. My young niece says sharing is caring, Narelle.
It really is. It
and
really
and,
is.
and I love that. If people do their own research and think, oh, that might help us in the
Hmm.
workplace, I'll talk to the team. And it's about managers, and I do know that organizations still have things, they don't do supervisions or they don't check in with their teams. I know that still happens. And I think it's really important to have those meetings, to have those
I agree.
supervisions, annual appraisals, but also it's important, you know, to have things like
Wellbeing checks.
fuddles,
Yeah,
yeah, or go for mindfulness walks as a team. Check in with people,
I agree.
check in
I
with your
agree.
colleagues, managers, check in with your staff. It's
Yeah,
really, really important. People can look okay.
yeah,
People can have those masks on. People can continue and pretend. People are good at acting.
they are. Very good.
Check in, check in. How are you feeling today? Go for the feelings. How are you feeling today?
Yeah,
I'm feeling stressed. I'm feeling worried about this presentation. Because the thing is, when you talk to somebody, because all your worries and stresses are going round and round and round in your head,
mm-hmm.
you know, and those thoughts and those stresses and those worries can stop you from sleeping,
Yeah,
can either stop you eating or turn to food or turn to alcohol, turn
yeah,
to smoking.
mm-hmm.
But when you start to talk about what's going in your head and those feelings, all of a sudden that cortisol
Yeah,
starts to calm down. Check in with your colleagues, managers, check in with your staff. How are you feeling
yeah.
today?
And it's that simple change, isn't it? And like how we're evolving, we've come from a background of kind of a command and control culture back in the day. And
Yes,
as we're evolving now into businesses, it's very about all as one, valuing your employees and the collaboration, working together as a team. If people can start to talk more about their
yeah.
feelings and how they it become natural and it become a really
Yes,
respectful culture where everyone really loves working together, and I can't stress that enough. And I love that kind of environment and that kind of workplace because it's investing into the people. Everyone works
mm-hmm.
together as one, and doesn't matter who you are or what level you're in, everyone respects one another. And there's just no kind of,
Yes,
yeah, conflict or anything like that. And it's all about focusing on the people in the workplace rather than just getting the job
yeah,
done in that sense.
yeah, absolutely. Because also, you know, how are you feeling? Oh, I'm feeling okay.
But are you though?
Sorry.
That's
Oh,
not
okay is not a
okay, is not enough.
feeling.
Yeah, yeah, I
No,
agree.
okay is not a feeling. Feeling happy, feeling sad, you know,
Yes,
feeling stressed, feeling worried, feeling positive. That's a feeling. How are you feeling? And the thing is, once you start to talk as a team, as a department, the energy will start to shift, and it
exactly.
will start to shift in a positive way. And people, you know, people's energy, they say that energy is 3 meters around us, radius.
Hmm.
So if you start to feel happy and start to feel positive and you're investing in your time, you're taking those breaks, you're doing the gratitude, your energy will start to change, and it will start to change in a positive way. Then your energy then will start to
Shift.
change the person sat next to you.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. It really does. It does.
Yes, it's
Uh,
infectious.
it is infectious, and it kind of just drives around, and it's just a really positive, buzzing atmosphere in the workplace. I get that. I've worked with, well, even in my current company, we're like that. Um,
Yeah.
but my company previous as well, it's kind of, and I love that culture and that investment into the people. So yeah, I totally agree with you. Um, okay, do you have anything else you want to cover off at all, Narelle, before we finish today?
Just if anybody is interested in my keynote or my one-to-ones, if you want to email me, it's hello@narellesummers.co.uk. Or if you want to have a look at my website, it's wellbeingatwork.live. Happy to talk to you, and happy to discuss different ways that I can help you and help your staff, help your managers, help your organization, because that's what I'm about.
I
helping
can see the
people
passion. I
have a
love it.
better quality of life. Absolutely.
Love it. Well, I'll add those links into the call as well, so that people can
Brilliant.
get those for you. You're on part of the group as well. So if anyone
Yes, I
has any
am.
questions, then we
Yeah,
can direct them
absolutely.
towards you as well. Um, but thank you ever so much for your time today and covering off what you do. And I
Welcome.
love the energy and the passion. And you have a fabulous day today.
Yes, you too.
Take care.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.